What is going on, guys? What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Bubble with Bassin. If you're new here, please hit that like and subscribe button. In this video, we're going to be using special fishing clips from the past 2 weeks of catching a couple big ones and just regular bass. So we're going to explain how to locate bass during post-spawn and the summertime patterns. We're going to break down equipment, certain tackle, and I got this whiteboard behind me. So with this whiteboard, we're basically going to be drawing the contour of the bank, secondary points, where the creek channels and ditches are, and how far a dock comes out, and what kind of water I've been targeting to catch these fish. The post-spawn is one of the hardest times to fish because all the bass have been beat up pretty bad from spawn, and we're going to explain where to catch the males and where to catch the females, and what will make you successful in catching bigger fish. Now, these tips I'm about to share, whether you're Kevin Van Dam or you're just a dude that just started fishing, like, you can't block yourself from learning something because then you'll just never go up. You'll always stay down. So when you're watching a tips video, just keep your mind open and don't basically just say, hey, I already know that. Like, there's certain things that fishermen share that a lot of fishermen won't know. And when you take in all the info and you put it together, it's kind of like a goulash. If y'all don't know what a goulash is, it's a meal that has a bunch of different things. It's kind of like a melting pot. So before we get into a video clip, the thing that's made me pretty successful the last 2 weeks, I have to say, and every fisherman should view this as one of their key assets to catching fish. Number one is confidence. Now, what does confidence do for you? It keeps your mind positive. That's number one. Number two, confidence allows you to stay focused and keep casting. When you stop casting and you don't think you're going to catch something and you get that negative mindset, that's when you're not going to catch anything. You have to have confidence in everything you do in fishing. Actually, anything in the world, you have to have confidence in, or else you're not going to be successful. Now, with that being said, we're going to roll the first fishing clip. And let's get it. To where? That's why you got to stand up and keep your rod tip down. You can dead stick it from the side. That's how you beat the wind. You got to figure out different methods that help you out instead of trying to get the perfect one. Because 9 times out of 10, you can't get the perfect to sit here in the wind and do this. You gotta grind it. Alright, so y'all just saw me talk to Picnic about grinding, and 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna have the perfect condition to make it perfect for you, per se, to catch the fish. So what you have to do is you have to improvise, and you have to find different ways to make that technique that you're trying to do more efficient. So many of y'all probably don't know what dead sticking means. A lot of tournament fishermen know what dead sticking means. So if you don't know what dead sticking means, I'm going to explain it real quick. So we have the wind coming from the north. The whole lake is set up north to south. It's a long stretch. There's a couple finger coves. So we got the wind coming from the north, of course. We're fishing a tree that comes out about 20 feet. And all the fish are stacked in front of this tree because there's 7 feet of water under the tree and it goes off to 9 feet. Now, what I was talking about is the wind is blowing straight at us, right? You can't keep your rod straight up like this. The wind will take your line and push it left because the wind's coming out of the north, so it's pushing across us to the left. So when I was dead sticking it, I would actually take my rod tip and lower it down, and I would have the line tight. The essential thing of dead sticking is keeping your line tight and just letting it sit there. 9 times out of 10, the bass is going to hit it on the fall, or as soon as it hits the bottom, they'll pick it up, or you barely drag it to you. Now, as y'all can see in the video, when I casted, I had to make 3 casts. A lot of times, you'll make that first cast and get him. But I made 3 casts to the tip of that tree. That's how I got the fish. Now, keep in mind, I'm not keeping my rod tip up. I'm keeping it to the side towards the wind. Got my line tight, and I'm just slowly dragging it. Just slowly dragging it, and I'll reel up my slack, keep my line tight. Sometimes I like to put my index finger on my line here so that way you can get extra feel. Now I run 15-pound fluorocarbon, And fluorocarbon will get you more bites because it's not going to get bagged out by the wind. Braid and mono, it likes to catch the wind and kind of make like a sail, and it moves your bait. When you keep a heavier weight and you got fluorocarbon, you can actually feel more contour and more bites.
I'm on fish.
Alright guys, so we're going to draw this bank and how this tree comes out. Alright, so what made this spot really successful, guys? Well, number one, we had the wind going to us, which was going down lake. We have a tree that is submerged in 9 to 7 feet of water. The drop off 7 feet. The creek channel sitting in 9 feet of water. So we have this tree coming out. This tree has the best of both worlds, in my opinion. You have wind on it, you have 9 feet and 7 feet of water. So the fish have an access point to fresh water with a creek. Like I said, they have fresh water in the creek. Now what else does that do? It gives them an easy access to get the deeper water and also to come up and feed on bait fish. In those summer months, when you get that 88 to 87 degree water, there's going to be a 5-degree difference in the creek and the deeper water. So that means it's kind of like you going to your house, which is the tree, and when you want to go to the supermarket for food and you want to cool off, you go to the creek channel. Now, they were all hanging in the tree at this point in time because the sun was going down, so they were in the tree. What I used at that point in time was a Venom Lures 10-inch peppergrass worm. I had it pegged with a flipping weight. I don't have no flipping weights on me right now. I'm still waiting on a giant Venom package to show up, but we used a worm just like this, but it was June bug. And what I did was I actually threw that in the tree, as y'all just saw, and it kind of just floated down. And I had to throw it 3 times, and then he bit it. So this was basically why we caught fish here. So we're going to move on to the next clip.
I'm casting behind us real quick. I gotta test something.
Okay guys, so this next clip that y'all just watched, y'all heard me tell Picnic that I saw something on the fish finder. Now what I saw was a couple laydowns in 6 feet of water, and I found a dock that was sitting in 4 feet of water, and the whole shoreline's pretty shallow. Now where this laydown was, there was a creek channel right in front of it, so we're going to draw this out real quick. I had drug a Venom Lures Better Beaver on my custom Bubbleville Custom Baits football shaky head, which is right here. This is what gets wrecked, and if y'all want any of these Better Beavers, use code Bubbleville at venomlures.com. That's how you can get those. So this is what the diagram looks like, guys. So we have the shoreline, goes all the way up like this and curves over, and then we have a dock. So the dock is right in front of the creek channel, and we had trees right here that I found on my depth finder. So it goes from 4 to 6 feet. The max depth of that creek bed is in 6 feet. So they have access points of shade under the dock, and then they can go out to the creek bed and feed on fish. This is a prime example of where fish will be hanging out.
I gotta test something.
What are you doing?
I saw a bunch of trees down here. I want to see if it's true.
Of course I'm in a damn tree. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Code?
Yes.
Ooh. Like a glove, Chris.
Thank you, sir.
You betcha. Oh, dude, good stuff right as he came off the hook.
Nice fish.
Where was he at?
On those trees right here I was telling you about. Off the fish finder when I saw it. Toad. This is a 5.
Bring him here, bring him here.
This is a 5. This is a 5. She's huge, dog. She's going right. She's going right.
Ooh. Bring her, bring her, bring her. Oh, good shit, Chris.
She didn't gut that, did she?
No, but it's getting in
Dog.
She has teeth in there. It's a big ass fish. You caught her, didn't you?
I said, that ladder.
Fish, bro.
Yeah, baby.
So, in this clip, this is why the big bass have been hanging here. We've caught 2 big bass and 8 others off this dock. This dock sits in 9 feet of water. So we're going to draw out the contour real quick, and we'll get right back to you. This is a boat dock. There's a ladder on the boat dock with trees underneath of it. It comes from 4 to 9 feet of water. Right in front of this dock, there's a creek bed. Our boat positioning was pointed straight at the dock. And at this point in time, the wind was coming down this way, which was coming south to north. All the wind was pushing bait fish and everything through the dock. Now keep in mind, this dock is straight shade. It's sitting in 9 feet of water. There's a 5-degree difference in the water temp. So what makes this area really good is we have trees and cover on the right hand side here, and it comes off to a 4-foot point. 9 times out of 10 when you get a point that buckets around like this, if it's not man-made, it comes out just like a point, but it slowly decreases down to deeper water. So we have the sandbar right here that goes in the 9 feet of water, so it drops from 4 to 9 feet. That's a good spot. So the bass that sit under this dock have excellent ambush points to go in the creek bed, to stay in this cover, to stay under the dock, or to go to the spillway, which is up here. So the creek kind of goes like this and hugs this corner here. So you have 2 creeks going in 10 feet of water to the spillway. Now the spillway is all old concrete. When it washed out, they put all the old concrete down in the bottom. So the spillway has running water going off the dam. Y'all can see that up there. This is terrible drawings, but it's actually painting a picture for y'all, even though they're terrible. But the reason I caught that fish right here off that ladder, actually multiple fish, was because it got the creek bed in 9 feet of water and it goes to 4 feet with the structure and the dock. So in summertime when you have hot conditions, they want the coolest water. It's kind of like you. You don't want to be outside, you want to go in the air conditioner. What they did, they stayed under the dock. What I ended up doing was using a 3/8 ounce Bubbleville custom bait screw lock football head with a better beaver. When it was cloudy outside, like in that video, I used June bug. When it wasn't cloudy outside, and we actually had sun and bluebird skies, I'd use Spike It Dip and Glow, and I'd actually take the green pumpkin beaver and dip the tail in chartreuse. That's just how it works for me. That's my confidence. That's my go-to.
Big one. Yes.
That is big.
Yes. It's fine right now.
This next clip, you saw me casting the spillway, which is the dam in this lake I fish. So here's the dam with the water running over it. Here's the little red marks. It resembles broken concrete. This topographical kind of map has these lines that are close, means it goes down further and it's in 10 feet of water. Here's our boat right here. So what I did is I casted this way and I got right on the edge of this drop off. So it goes from 4 to 10 feet. So what I did is I casted right on the edge of the drop off on the concrete and I slowly drug it past and it sunk, and that's where the bass hit it. So that's basically it. I was using a June bug beaver, Venom lures, code Bubbleville, 10% off. Let's get to the next clip.
I just missed whatever the hell just clipped me. Step behind me.
Toad! 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 Why don't you jump?
You got it. Bring it here. Bring it slow. Good shit, Chris.
Don't take it out. It flops off. I want to be able to catch it.
What do you think? She's 2 or 3?
She's 3. Another toad, guys. Well, it's not a toad, but it's a good bucket fish. Look at that, guys.
Alright guys, so in this video you saw me catch one off a brush pile. I think he was like 341 or something like that. So here's the dock we launched from. Here's a sandbar that goes all the way down. There's a creek channel on both sides of the sandbar. If y'all can see this. So we put a brush pile off the sandbar in 4 feet of water and it drops down to 6. Brush pile is on the sandbar and also in the deeper part of the water. I put a couple pieces of concrete here in between the brush pile and some standing sticks that I shoved in the ground. And our boat was right here, and I casted right on the edge of this pile with a Venom lures with a Better Beaver green pumpkin dipped with the chartreuse tips. What separates people that fish all the time and people that don't get to fish all the time is their knowledge of their body of water and how they can adjust to the adjustments that the weather's making. If you can fish almost every day, that's what makes the pros successful, is because they can kind of monitor and keep going with the conditions and make small tweaks instead of switching a totally different bait. Like you could just switch colors or just put Spike It Dip and Glow on it or something stupid like that. That's what makes the difference. So if y'all enjoyed this video, I'd really love to hear the feedback on this video. So attack the comments, whether it's good or bad. I don't care. I just want to know what y'all think. If y'all know this stuff and you're like, hey man, I know this stuff and you want to bash me, go ahead. If you don't know this stuff, you know, give me a like and let me know if I helped y'all. I threw everything on a heavy Fitzgerald 7'6" all-purpose rod with vicious 100% Pro Elite fluorocarbon, 10-pound test, Bubbleville custom baits, football screw lock jig head with a Venom lures, better beaver, green pumpkin or June bug, and if it was green pumpkin, it was dyed with Spike It Dip and Glow. So like I said, if you're new here, hit that like and subscribe button. I'm gonna go edit this bad boy, and we'll catch you on the water next time.